Okay, cool. I'll answer your question soon. Right, right. Okay. Now, does everyone here know how to use Microsoft Word? Anyone here not know how to use Microsoft Word? All right. Does everyone here know how to create a PDF document from Microsoft Word? Anyone here not know how to create a PDF document from Microsoft Word?
Basically, you just type your document and then save it as a PDF file.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm. But not all versions of Word have the PDF
Extension.
right
Oh.
function. Most probably do, but
I don't think I know how to do that, but I don't think we need to take time.
right. Okay.
Here.
Once you create, does anyone here know how to use either Publisher or Photoshop or even Microsoft Word to create a book cover? It's better if you do it in a program that is graphic oriented. But okay,
Also, there's specific problem for that?
they're better programs to use. You could use Word for everything. You could use Microsoft Word to create your cover as well as your book. But okay, now, with that said, if you don't know how to use, you're going to have to learn something new. At some point in this process, you cannot get from here to here with the knowledge that you have down here. You have to learn something new. All right, so don't be afraid of that process. Once you have your Word document converted to PDF and you have your cover created as a PDF also, you now go into your CreateSpace account and you click on Add New Title. Add New Title. All right. And you come up with a name of your project. And let's, in this case, call it Blind Father. Okay? That was, before you came, that was Sonia's working title. All right? And now choose which type of project you want to start. CreateSpace does paperback, they do audio CDs, they even do DVDs and video downloads. Anything that you can get on Amazon, you can get it here. All right, so you choose that we're doing a paperback. All right, choose the setup process. You can do the guided process where they take you through every step of the process, or you can do the expert. Once you've done this once, you can go ahead and do the expert. They're essentially the same thing, but I'm going to do the expert.
We're the expert.
Yes, absolutely.
We're the expert.
It just means that you've done this before, so you don't need certain prompting. All right. Subtitle of the book. You need to come up with a subtitle. All right. You don't have to. It's optional. But Blind Father Raising Children. Here's now where I'm going to suggest, in the process of telling your story, you're going to be looking for something that jumps out at you as a better title for your book. All right? We could have titled this book, How a Category 5 Storm Decimated the Island of Saipan, Northern Mariana Islands. That wouldn't have been an exciting title. We decided to call it Drinking Seawater. And the subtitle was Of Storms and Survival. We thought about this a lot. It could have been Drinking Seawater, How We Survived the Devastation of Saipan Sodalore in 2016, or something like that. So the main title is something catchy. This is how I do it. And the subtitle gives a little more explanation. So what you told me, Sonia, I would think would be better as a subtitle. How My Blind Father Raised 3 Children on His Own. And what you need now is a catchy, compelling main title. Headline title. All right? In the process of telling your story, maybe there's a certain phrase that your father said every time he talked to you. Maybe there's a certain bridge. Maybe you named this. Was it the Spencer Bridge? Spencer Bridge falling down. How my family walked the bridge from, Oklahoma. Something. You have something a little compelling as the main title, and then your subtitle explains it. We don't have to.
Does your dad have any jokes?
Right.
Like my dad, every time he ran out of money or he was broke, he would always say that he's Brooklyn.
Okay.
Like Brooklyn, New York, but
Right.
Brooklyn. So that was like his joke.
So you could do something like that. I'm not poor, I'm Brooklyn, or something like that. Stories of my father. Right. So we'll use Sharka's idea again. Okay. What did you say exactly?
Close your eyes to see.
Okay.
It's something opposite of what you expect, right?
But sometimes, when we don't see things, we actually see more.
All right. You get where I'm going with this?
Oh, okay.
All right. Something like that.
Chart.
Right. Close your eyes to see how my blind father raised three children. Okay.
It's like a paradox. Like how can
Right.
you see if your eyes
Yeah,
are closed?
that's the first
Right.
question.
Yeah.
Or to see
It's
life. I don't know.
provocative.
You can put to see something. I don't know.
Right. Well,
Your eyes to see life,
that's
to
enough.
see-
That's enough for now. Right.
Following
All right.
the footsteps of a blind.
Anyone can actually.
Right. Okay, so this is how I would like you to start thinking about how to sell your book. Okay, primary author. This is required. You don't need the prefix really, but we can say Sonia, middle initial. Well, how do you want to be known? Is there a middle initial?
No,
All right. Last name? Yes, no?
yes.
All right. Now, in the process of, you could have contributors. Maybe you have a co-author. Maybe it was created from an idea by somebody else. You can add that as well. Maybe it's edited from an idea by, what's your daughter's name?
Tina,
Last name?
same.
Okay. And you have all sorts of options. Photographs by, preface by, summary by. So this gives you a chance to give credit to as many other people who you like with this book, if you did work with them. All right. Now, this book is part of a series. You should start thinking about, when you write, you shouldn't think of your book as just what they call a one-off. You shouldn't think of your book as just a one-time thing. If you're really taking this writing career seriously, you should think in terms of a series. And you don't have to decide on the series now, but keep in mind that a couple things could happen. You could decide that there's too much information and you want to split it up into 2 books. You could decide that this is a series because you have other friends. This is the, where are you from originally?
Philippines.
Right, this is the Philippine daughter series of books. Books by Philippine daughters, writing books. So just keep that in mind, that there may be other books that you can and will write in the future, all right, for everyone here. Definitely for yours, shouldn't be just one time. You should have a series of books for different languages, for different age groups, different ethnicities, how to teach a Filipino person English, how to teach a Jamaican English, how to teach a Jamaican Chinese, so the possibilities are endless. All right? In that case, you would enter what the title is. Now, you can write your book in any language you want, so you choose your language. All right, we're going to choose English. It's already chosen. Whoops. Publication date, you can leave that blank, and the publication date will be the date that it actually goes on sale.
Well,
All right.
Can I ask about the series title?
Yeah.
What would you suggest for this particular one? I'm not coming up with any idea. Like,
Um,
what kind of title would be like life stories or supposed to be something
Let's
very
suppose, it depends. It depends on her life. Let's suppose that she decides that she's going to write a series for, and tell me if I'm being politically incorrect when I use the word, a handicapped parent series of books. Right? That could be her series.
general? Okay.
Her series might be a Filipino series.
Survival.
Might be, she might call it the survival series of books. Maybe just based on survival tips
Depression.
for, right. So it's really up to the thread that she recognizes in yours. Yours could be just for,
I just want to know how general that.
right. It can be general or it can be specific depending on your unique interest. All right.
They want to catch the spelling of the name is Proud.
K-R-O-U-L.
Why didn't you correct me?
I did.
Not you.
K-R-O-U-L.
Okay.
What site is this?
This is createspace.com. All right. Now, ISBN, if you look on any book published in the world, most books published in the world today have barcodes on the back and an ISBN number, International Serial Book Numbering System, ISBN. As a publisher, you can buy your own unique ISBN number, and each time you publish a book, you assign a different number to that book, but it's not necessary. This CreateSpace has a stash of their own ISBNs, and you could use theirs instead. Or you could buy 10. I know in Riza's case, she bought her own because she wanted to be the only publisher of her book.
It's computer generated?
The barcode is, yes, the barcode is computer generated. You don't even have to do that, right? CreateSpace does that for you. But you have the ISBN number. All of my books except for my first 10, now I just use a CreateSpace ISBN number. As you learn more about what an ISBN number is, you will make a decision as to whether you want to use CreateSpace's ISBN or yours. We don't have to get into that now, but the main difference is if a bookstore wants a copy of your book, they go into an international registry and they look for your ISBN number and it tells them who to purchase the book from.
Does that protect also from someone?
No, has nothing to do with copyright protection at all. This is simply a unique number assigned to the book to tell people where to get it. If a bookstore, if you own your own ISBN, then the bookstore will contact you. If it's a CreateSpace ISBN, the bookstore contacts CreateSpace to get the book. You make a little less money, but if they contacted you, you would have to go online, order the books, and have it shipped to them. It's not, don't worry about that now. But for now, we're going to get a CreateSpace assigned ISBN. Now, your trim size. What size is your book going to be? Have you decided what size the book is going to be, John?
Yes.
Yes. What size, may I ask?
It's almost like half.
5.5 by 8.5. That's this. It's the same. It's a standard size in the industry. 5.5 by 8.5. All right. If you have not decided what size you want your book to be, go to a bookstore or a library, find a book that looks like how you want your book to look like, and take it home with you, and start and make. You could even cover it with your own makeshift cover, and just start to play around with this book. All right, this is important for new writers. What do you want your book to look like? When you say, this is my book, do you want to hand somebody something like this? Or do you want to hand somebody something like that? Or do you want to hand them something like this, hardcover? You, as the creator, should decide. Right. All right. This is 8 by 10. The smallest size that CreateSpace makes is a little bit smaller than 5.5 by 8.5. All right. This is the smallest size that they make. And the thickness is up to you, but the trim size is just the length and width. When they say trim size, they're just talking about length width. So decide what size you want your book to be. All right, very important. We're going to choose a different size. We're going to choose 5.5 by 8.5, which is that size. All right. We're going to go with black and white interior. Okay. The interior file. Let me find something here.
It doesn't have to be black and white.
If it's not black and white, then it's color and it's more expensive. If you can do black and white, I would suggest doing black and white. If there are things that need to be color, then you're going to have to price the book a little higher in order to make money. And I'll show you that in a second. The next thing, we're going to go back to that in a second. Do you want a glossy cover or a matte cover? This is a glossy cover, shiny glossy cover, and this is a matte, M-A-T-T-E, and that's matte cover. I've been going with these more these days, just because they're more unique, and as you notice here, the glossies, because they're laminated, tend to curl a little bit after a while. I've been finding that to be the case, so I've been going with the matte cover. All right, but you can change that. And then your description. This is important. The description. This is how you're going to sell your book. What if you found yourself blind and tasked with raising 3 sighted children in the city of, where were you raised?
In the province.
What's the name of the city?
Province of Bicol.
Spell it?
Province.
No, Bicol. What's it?
B-I-C-O-L.
Okay. You're going to write a compelling description. We're just filling space here now, but you're going to write a description that helps people want to read the book. Now, your category. This is biography and autobiography, right? And then personal memoir, in your case. All right, and that's what will appear. We didn't do it on this one, but on the reprint we have / personal memoir. That's where that appears on the back of your book. Difference between what, Mr. Hill? Then you can add the author biography. Sonia Kroll was born in so and so and so, and that's where your biography goes. The language, English. Country of publication, United States. All right. Then you save your progress. And in the process of saving, they're saving what you've done so far. It's now going to assign an ISBN number to your book. And now we can proceed. Let me look for something here that'll help us.
That saves in your account automatically.
That saves in your account automatically, correct.
Any idea how many of these books Reza has sold already? The Germ Stopper?
I don't know. She.
She's a nurse, right?
Yeah.
Profession.
She's a nurse. What she did tell me was that it is more popular than either of us realized. There's a librarian at William Regis School.
That's Art.
Art. His name is Art, who uses, he says it's very popular. The kids know the rhymes by heart, and he uses it every, I don't know.
Because I think like maybe in the States at the elementary level, I wonder how many books are geared toward, health and hygiene. And
Right.
So this has potential, I think, to have a wider audience.
Oh, yeah,
over
yeah.
time. Yeah, because librarians, I'm a librarian, and I don't know, we're always looking to build collections, so I could see health teachers or, early elementary teachers trying to find books on this topic, and you never know, this could become a classic in the next few years.
Yeah.
In the school curriculum in the States. especially extra points that it's written by someone who's a minority, and and it's yeah, and the English is simple, and I think it's universal, right? Health and safe, health and hygiene.
So you can translate it in any language.
True, true. This Rodante Guarda, he's an illustrator. He went at the public library. I found over 25 books that he's illustrated.
Okay.
I think he's based out of the Philippines.
Yes.
Because
Yes, he is.
I've never heard of him on island.
Right. He was on island at one point in the past because I heard he did the side of Ada's Gym.
Oh.
Also.
The mural
Right.
guy.
Mhm.
Okay, because that mural's been redone several times.
Oh, okay.
But
So.
he is. If you feel like you can't use publisher to design your own cover, then you might want to hire this guy to do your cover.
Mhm.
But most of the Chamorro books that are written are illustrated by him. But he's based out of the Philippines. Yeah.
Yep. That's how she communicated with him by email and sent him back and forth. You know.
Carmen Taimanel's books and her name Marciano. Yeah. You go to the book collection or the children's room, most of those children's books are illustrated by her.
After I clicked on submit, we now have the title information secured. We now have our new ISBN. It's the same number, just in a 13-number format and 10-digit format. Physical properties are set. The next thing we need to do is the interior and the cover. And we're going to do that now. What I'm doing is I'm taking you to the process of actually publishing your book on Amazon. And what I'm going to do, the PDF interior file, I created that from Word. All right. Let me just show you. I'm using one of my current books, Ducks in a Row. This is what it looks like in Word. All right. And all I do is print, then PDF, save as PDF. All right. And click save, and it saves as a PDF. All right. And I do the same with the cover. The cover I created in Photoshop. Don't mind the title. I was experimenting with two different titles. One was Quack Quack Kaboom and one was Ducks in a Row. But this is the PDF file. All right. Okay, now I browse. I'm now going to upload my interior file, which is the Ducks in a Row PDF. All right. And then the bleed. And what they're asking you there is, does your book content bleed off the page? It's a printing term. Does your content bleed off the page all the way to the edge, or does it stop with a margin? All right. This is a bleed.
I see, okay.
All right. And this is a regular. It stops within a boundary.
Bleed all the way to the
Yeah, to the edge. All right. In our case, it's a simple book that doesn't have a bleed. So ours ends before the edge of the page. So we choose that one. Then the cover. We choose PDF cover file because that's what we're about to upload. We go back. All right. We've now chosen the interior file and the cover file. Everything else is set. We now save progress. And if you keep looking on the side here on the left, you'll see it's uploading now. Keep your eye on this. You're going to see these change, which basically is just showing you what your account, the changes to your account. Okay, the interior has been saved. Now it's saving the cover. This is a 15 megabyte file. And if you notice on the left, you see the check mark is now on the interior. I'm just showing you how easy this is. Next, after this, we'll go into the pricing so you can see how to price your book so that you can make a profit.
When you all done with this, they send you acknowledgement?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Within 24 hours, they send you an acknowledgement that says one of two things. Your book is now ready. Your book has passed our review. Click here to approve it. And in 24 hours, it'll be on Amazon.
Oh, that's cool.
Or your book did not pass our review. Please make the following changes.
Oh, is that anything has grammar or word or
No,
something?
that is just formatting. There's just appearance.
I see. Okay.
You made the spine too narrow. Please change.
But they really editing the book.
No one is editing your book at all.
Oh,
They are just a printer.
okay. But they will tell you exactly what needs to correct.
Yeah, yep. If you said, for example, that it's a no bleed book, but you set your margins to past the bleed point, they'll say your margins are not wide enough. Please correct. So there are instructions as to how to make your cover the exact size it needs to be.
Oh, I didn't notice that easy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Now, that means once you know how easy it is, once you know that logistically there's nothing stopping you from putting a book out there, you don't need money, you don't need to pass any grammar test. The only thing stopping you is the fact that you have not made this important enough to do. So when you tell me, Walt, I want to write my book, but I just haven't found the time, I'll say to you, well, I won't say it to you because you will know that I know that you know that it's because you just haven't made the time to do it.